Yo guys, what's going on? It's Lewis here with Crypto Elite, and today's date is Monday, September 27th. I like to do my market updates on Monday, so that's what we're doing today. We're going to be going through the markets, but before we do, I just want to say thank you so much for all of the people who are joining the Crypto Elite VIP, the free chat, and of course, the actual VIP where I give out my signals and I give out my trades and just all of the things that I'm doing in the market. Thank you so much for joining. And I just want to get that out of the way. I just want to say thank you because as you could see, we're getting a ton of traction. I think it has to do with, well, I know it has to do with the bot videos. So I am creating new bot videos to help you create your own bots, learn how to use the bots in TradingView and 3 commas, and basically earn, passive income, or for the most part that you could do. You always need to tweak bots, and you always need to go in and make sure that your bots are running according to the current market conditions. But I do want to, create these videos for you all about the bots in 3 commas, because I think that bots can definitely enhance your trading. It could definitely create more profits for you in your trading accounts and even in your investment accounts if you utilize them properly. So if you want the videos on the bots, just go into the Discord channel and then go into the 3 commas videos, and you'll see I have right now 3 different videos on bots, and I'm currently editing my 4th one. It's been like 12 or like 15 hours or something like that. I'm just editing it and I'm going through it and I'm updating it, so that's gonna take a little bit while longer, but I'm gonna put video number 4 out soon. And yeah, it'll be really awesome. So anyway, thanks for all of you guys actually joining the VIP and all of that. And now we're going to go into the actual market scan. So this is my market scan. The last one I did was, 7 days ago or something like that. Yeah, last Monday. So now we're doing it, and I just want to give an update. 3 commas is what I use to put all of my trades in. I don't recommend trading without software such as 3 commas, because it's just, I know when I started using it, it just enhanced my trading so much. And I'm not sponsored by 3 commas at all, so I don't know why I continually say that. I just continually say it because I know how good it is, and like I want you to be a profitable trader, and I want you to actually understand how this stuff works and to do good with it. So that's why I recommend 3 commas. Also, I'll update the charts if they need to be updated, but if they don't need to be updated, then I'm just going to leave them the way they were, because maybe I'm just waiting for the price to hit. I don't day trade. I don't just like trade in and out and in and out and in and out constantly. I like to set my buys, set my sells, let it ride, and see what happens, and do that following proper risk management. The other thing is that I have 2 accounts. I have an investment account and I have a trading account. My investment account is longer term. My investment accounts, I like to buy and buy and buy and buy. I don't really sell except for at like major resistance points. And for my trading accounts, I'll go in and out a little bit more frequently. So I do post up the different things in the VIP. Some of them I post up in the alt signals channel, in the ideal buy zones channel, in the alerts channel, in all of these channels. And then of course I have, just basically all of that information. And then, and then my investment portfolio channel down here. I'm investing in a step and a link and a sushi. And these are at like very, very key levels. So I don't just, ape in my investment portfolio. I actually take my time and just wait. So anyway, that's that. What I do for my actual update is I look at a lot of big picture stuff first, and then I go into the weeds. So what I do is I look at the Pi cycle indicator. This is new. This is actually a brand new thing that I'm looking at, because it called the previous 3 tops perfectly within just a few days. So it called the tops in 2013, and it called the top in 2017, and it called the top in this year when Bitcoin was 65,000. And so I'm definitely using this, and I'll go more into it in a second. And then I go over these other indicators, which I'll be going over right now. And what I do is I go over all those, and that helps me form a big picture of whether to be more bullish or more bearish in my bias. And then depending on that, I will, be more conservative or more aggressive in my trades. And so I do that, and then I post everything into the VIP, into the ideal buy zones, and then I set alerts so that they'll go off when the alerts actually go off. Like this one was BNB, and then you could click that, or the people in the VIP click it, and this pops up. And so this was the pretty decent buy zone. This was when the alert went off, and it hit it. So I don't know if you could see it, but it hit it right there and then popped up. So even though it still went down in price, we got in at such a good price that it's still in profit. Although things are looking really weak, so I might want to just get out at break even on this trade. I'll have to figure that out later when I go over BNB. But regardless, that's basically how it works. And so let's just get into this. The first thing, like I said, is the Pi cycle indicator. So this is what it looks like. This is the Pi cycle top indicator, and it has two daily moving averages, and the 111 and the 350 DMA times 2. It's like a special formula that they use. And as you could see, back in 2013, the first top, it called it perfectly right there. And then the second cycle in 2013, the double top, there were two tops in 2013. Back in December, it called that perfectly as well. So this one was in April, and then the price tanked, and then the price rebounded, and then in November 13th or December is when it peaked out, and then we had a long bear market. And then back in 2017, same thing happened. Well, not the same thing happened. In 2017, we had the big run up to about $20,000. And then this indicator went off and it crossed, and then just simply literally just went down from there. And then this is concerning just a couple days ago right here. Just a couple weeks ago, you could see right there that it popped off and it went off at 65K, and then the price tanked right after that. So you would think oh no, I want to get out. It must be a bear market now because it calls the tops, right? But if you look at hold on a second, let me reset this. If you look right here, this is 2013, and then this is also 2013. I think that this is what's going to happen this year. I hope that this is what's going to happen this year, is that we're going to have this double top like we had in 2013, and it's not going to be just a blow-off top. Well, it's not a blow-off top already. We already know that because this was a long, drawn-out pattern of the this was the Wyckoff accumulation or Wyckoff distribution, and I think this was the Wyckoff accumulation. So I think we'll have one little leg down and then pop back up. That's what I'm hoping for, but you got to be careful and cautious always. So this is what I'm going to use, and I tell you, the next time that this thing crosses, I'm just going to leave. I'm just going to get out of all crypto markets, and I try to do this market update every single Monday. So if it crosses again, I'm going to get out. This is going to be my number one indicator that I'm going to use, just because it's been so freaking accurate so far. So that's that. And then the next one is the MVRV-Z score. As you can see, this is also a really good indicator. It called the top back here in 2010, and then it called the top again in 2013. And then again, the second top in 2013, and then again in 2017. And I was really waiting for it to get into this dark pink zone, and it never got there. It never got into the dark pink zone. So that's really what I'm sort of waiting for. And we have a long ways to go, which means that Bitcoin should move up quite significantly in order to get into this zone. And it's like this. It's like back in 2013, it popped up into the zone and then popped back down, and then sort of did this little thing, and then had this dip in September, October-ish. In October, it had this big dip. It actually had the big dip in September, and then in October, it had a really big dip, and then in November, it just freaking soared. And it was actually mid October that it started to come back up. Not even mid. It basically bottomed out on the 6th. So as you can see in blue right there, it went from 128 to 126, 127, 123. I'm trying to figure out the exact price. Maybe I could. No, I can't really zoom in on this chart. But anyway, you could see that there was the dip down to 85. And then, yeah, I can't get this exact thing. But you could see that there was a dip. And then it pumped back up. That's what I want this to do. So I'm hoping this to do. Of course, you got to be careful. So we will, see what happens with that. But it's on track. So I'm going to exit out of that. The next thing up is the rainbow chart, rainbow price chart. Right now, we are in the hodl territory. So I'm sort of hodling, but if it comes down here, I'm definitely going to get it. My actual buy zone is I think it's 38,500. So if it hits that, that's when I'm going to buy more Bitcoin. And we'll go over that later. But this chart is good if it's down here or if it's up here. This is when I buy or sell depending on this chart. So this is right in the middle. It's not really telling me too much, but you could see obviously the last cycles, red, it went above the red, in the red, and this hasn't even touched the red yet. So according to this, it should be at least around 200,000, 175 to 200 by the time this is done. The cycle is done. If it sort of follows this trajectory and comes up, somewhere around here and peaks up around here. So that's this chart. If it comes down here, then I'll sell everything I have. I don't know what I'll do. I'll mortgage something and and sell my car. I don't know. Buy it all down here. So that's the Bitcoin chart, rainbow chart. Doesn't really tell you too much right now. The fear and greed index is really good. Right now it's 26. Yesterday it was 27. Last week or last month it was 78, and we were we were higher up last month. So buy when this is under 15. It's like an automatic buy for me, and over 75, it's a start scaling out unless we're entering into a full blown bull market. I guess it's currently at 25, or 26. So let me just put that over there. And so, this doesn't tell me much either because it's at 26. If it was under, over, this is the extreme sentiment value. I did buy it when it was, I think it was at I don't remember what it was at, in the low 20s, or maybe it was 17 or something, sometime the other week, and I ended up buying it. So that was good. But I bought it because it swayed my decision to buy it when it's more in fear mode. But this, you can't just do this one indicator. That's why I have multiple indicators to tell me when I'm going to get in and when I'm going to get out. But if this is under 15, I'm buying. I'm just stacking. I'm stacking as much as possible. So it's at 26, which is low, but doesn't really tell me too much right now. Then we have the total market cap. So this is total market cap, and you can see I have the total market cap for all of cryptocurrency at $1.663 trillion. If it reaches this level right down here, that I believe is the new floor. It's a 61.8% from this move up. So I want to get in here. And honestly, it's not good because that's about 13% below where we are right now. And that's a big wipeout for a lot of the cryptocurrency market. And we have gotten the high and then the lower high and now a lower high, and we got the low and now a lower low, and maybe we'll get another lower low, and this could be, I don't know if this really could count as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it's a 5 wave, then that's bearish, but maybe on the higher time frame, it wouldn't even be an ABC on the higher time frames. So either way, I'm gonna get in at the 61.8 at 1.663 trillion. That's what I want to go into all of cryptocurrency, a lot, and we'll see what happens there. So that's the total. Total's not looking too hot, just because with the total market cap, it's not just with the total, but with anything, with Fibonacci specifically, you can see that it came down to the 50 and bounced up, and then it really bounced from the 38.2 multiple times, right? And then it drop back down to the 50. And I think it might do the same thing, and bounce multiple times on 50 and then drop down to 61.8. Because the 50% is not a Fibonacci number. The 50% is just a number that traders put in. The 61.8 is the true golden ratio. So I get in at the 61.8 or the 38.2. These are my two big ones that I like to get in at. Or maybe I'll get in at the 50%. But a lot of other things have to line up. And I usually get out if I get in at the 50%. I usually get out pretty, fairly quickly. And if I go to this screen over here and go to the total market cap, you could see that the total market cap actually, from the bottom to the top, came down to the 61.8 and bounced a whole bunch of times from 61.8 and then jumped all the way back up. And it actually jumped up to the 61.8 of the move down from the, if I go, yeah, from the top to the bottom. And then that was right here. This was the, oh, wait. Oh, maybe this wasn't the total. Never mind. The total market cap, the total market cap apparently did a almost a double top and then came all the way back down. But I'm basically gonna go from the bottom to the top here and get in at the 61.8. It's very convoluted right now. Let me get rid of this for you. There you go. I'll get rid of that for you. And I'll just show you maybe this happened. Yeah, so from the top to the bottom of this wick, came back up to the 61.8 golden ratio and then fell. And this is the top to the bottom of this wick, came back up to the 61.8 golden ratio and then fell and bounced and bounced and bounced. But I don't know if it, and that's why I de-risked right here. I de-risked literally here, like 1, 2, 3, like 3, 4 days ago, on my alts, but then I bought Ethereum at 2,700. So it's too complicated to sort of like explain everything. But I use this to sort of know when to overall de-risk or go heavy or go hard and be more risk on versus be risk off. So once again, once this comes down to 1.663 trillion, that's when I'm gonna go pretty heavy into crypto, like overall. And so that's the total market cap. Total two market cap. If we look at this one, basically the same thing. This one was a lot easier to see. Right here, came back up. This was the 7th on the day that it had that major drop, and I was an idiot. And this was the daily close resistance, and it dropped down here, and then people, got in right here, and then after it bounced up because it came down so much, they freaked out and then started selling, and now it came down to the 50, and now it bounced up again. And I think it's still going to come down. So when this total market cap, excluding Bitcoin, comes down to $154.687 billion, that's when I want to go in more heavy into altcoins and stuff like that. So that's the total two. And then we have Bitcoin dominance. So we have total market cap. Sorry, this is not Bitcoin dominance. This is Bitcoin market cap. So we have total market cap. We have total market cap excluding Bitcoin. And now we have the total market cap of just Bitcoin itself, same exact thing, 50% up to the 61.8 of this move down, and then it got rejected, and now it's probably going to come to the 61.8 of this entire move up. So sort of just waiting on that, and I'm probably going to de-risk. Honestly, I'm probably going to de-risk some, sell some, have a lot more cash on the sidelines. So we got that, and then I bet ETH, I would think that the Ethereum market cap is probably the same thing. So this might be a little bit easier to see on this chart. Yeah, so this is pretty much the same thing. Came down to the 50-ish. It actually came down a little bit closer to 61.8, but ended up bouncing, and the rest is history. Unless it, like, the thing about the Ethereum market cap, which I think is pretty cool, is that it has these pretty significant moving averages on the daily time frame, like holding it up. So it has the moving averages, and it has the 61.8 like Fibonacci. So if it comes down to like right around here to like 305 billion, that's when I'm gonna get in again, because I bought it here. This lined up with the 2700 area, but then I sold it like right here at the 38.2. So now I'm sort of waiting for it to come back down. And yeah, basically I'm waiting for it to come back down. I'm gonna buy here. Hopefully it does. Hopefully it comes back down and then pops back up. That's all you can really hope for. I drew this horizontal line from this top and this top. So if it comes back up to this level, I'll de-risk some and then wait it out a little bit. And also I drew this diagonal line from this top to this top. So if it comes up here, that would be a good trading opportunity to sell and then rebuy back, and then wait for another bounce back up here, sell, rebuy back, maybe on the retest of this, and then, you know, hopefully new all-time highs, and we could get that parabolic run up in November-ish. So yeah, we have that. That is the Ethereum market cap. Now let's look at the dominance levels. So this is the dominance levels, and this is Bitcoin dominance. So Bitcoin dominance is, you know, it fell, and then, you know, the market basically crashed for a couple months, and Bitcoin dominance rose back up again. And now, since about July, the market sort of like pumped quite a bit. So since August, and so more money flew back into alts, and now money is going back into Bitcoin. So it looks like Bitcoin is going to be the play here up until this zone, you know, the 43.56. Once Bitcoin dominance reaches here, this is a resistance. So I should probably put this to red. So this is like minor resistance, and then this is like the major resistance for Bitcoin dominance. And then once it hits like this level, obviously money will most likely flow back into alts for a little bit, and then maybe we'll have like a big dip, like a big crash or something, and in the markets, and Bitcoin dominance will rise up to the 61.8, this golden ratio from the top to the bottom, and then like we'll get the alt season in like, let's see, in like October, mid-October, and it'll be exactly like 2013. That would be awesome if that happens. Unless, of course, we have this huge crash and like you're in the markets and you lose a bunch of money, then that would suck. But that's why we do this, to hopefully prepare for like anything like that. And so that's Bitcoin dominance and altcoin dominance. Oh, wait, I should also check the... all right, so yeah, the RSI could still move up a little bit, and the... and this could do a little double. This could do an M on the MACD. So I was just checking something. Anyway, this is the inverse of that. This is the altcoin dominance instead of Bitcoin dominance. So altcoin dominance, you know, looks like it's going down. This is when I got out, like right here. I was like, oh God, got to get out here. And once again, so this is the inverse. So it looks like, you know, it's coming down to here. If it reaches here, I want to go back into alts. It's good support, lots of good support for alts right here. And yeah, hopefully it'll come down here and bounce. If not, then or if it bounces and then gets rejected again, then like it should come down here. Unfortunately, we would have like a pretty big crash in the market if it did that. But if it does do that, and then imagine like these moving averages like line up perfectly, oh man, that would be such a good opportunity to go just like crazy into alts. I would probably do some leverage trading to get into alts like right around here. So everything would just line up so perfectly. But regardless, I'm gonna be in them right over here anyway. So that's the altcoin dominance. So basically, things are looking, considering the total market cap, looks like it's going back down to 61.8. Bitcoin, same thing for Bitcoin and Ethereum, looks very similar to that. And we're still underneath this pretty big resistance. This used to be support, right? So now it's like resistance, and you can see there's support, and now it's like resistance. So that's not too good. And then the dominance looks like it's going down, and like when the altcoin dominance goes down, like basically the whole market goes down. It also, you know, below this thing. I was really hoping it would get to here. So one thing that I've noticed with altcoin dominance is that, or with dominance charts, is that it tends to reverse just before it hits the peak. So this was the old peak, right? Like right there, you could see if I do that, this was the old peak. So when it hit here, like I was hoping the price would close here and then like drop. It never even got there. So from now on, I'm going to start like de-risking like a little bit beforehand, it actually gets to the actual previous top, because it seems like, you know, that's the way to do it when it comes to dominance levels. So knowing that the market, personally to me, doesn't look that appetizing, I'm going to want to de-risk some. I'm going to want to take some profits, and I'm going to want to just make sure that I have some on the table in case we do get a nice dip. Okay, so moving on to Bitcoin now, just the actual price, Bitcoin. You could see, obviously, it came up here, had that distribution phase, came down here, and then had this massive, massive, massive rally. And so I think that because it had this massive, massive, massive rally, I think a lot of, well, not I think, like I'm pretty freaking certain, especially with like the research that I've had, like I would say I know for sure, but like, I don't know, I'm 99.999% sure that institutions, and I'm talking like really, really, really big institutions, came in and bought this up. This does not happen like that often ever. Like, this only happens when institutions come in, basically. So came in, boom, 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 like weeks and weeks and weeks of nothing but green. And then of course, what do you know? 61.8 golden ratio popped up, and then people took profits, and it fell back down. And so this is very much like the total market cap and the market caps and stuff like that, is that I'm basically waiting for this 61.8 to get hit. I guess technically you could, bring this up here and say, oh, it was hit already at 39,850, but I'm really thinking 38,500 is the actual golden ratio. Just, I don't know. It might be here. It might be here, but that's still 39,400, which is lower than 39,600, which was the low of this candlestick. So, but I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use the candle. I mean, the whole candle, not just the body, to determine the Fibonacci. And I'm going to say 38,500. And that's where I want to get in, because it's not only a good, Fibonacci level, but you could look back here and see the support. So that is where I want to get in with Bitcoin. I'm not too heavy into Bitcoin right now. On the daily chart, to me, I am so drawn into the Fibonacci that I think it's going to hit here. I would not be surprised if it hits here. It has a lot of resistance. It's below the exponential moving averages. There's only one moving average that's above, which is the 200-day, right? Actual moving average. But other than that, it's below all of the exponential moving averages. That's not good. That's bearish. It's been lower high, putting in lower highs, putting in a lower low. So hopefully this will be the lower low. And this is literally exactly like the Bitcoin market cap that we went over earlier. So it's like, what's the RR here? Like what's the play here? Okay, so you could, this is the support. This is the obvious major support. And this is the obvious major resistance right here, right? It's actually a little bit higher. It's actually more like here. But like, okay, so we got that and we got that. So yeah, you're looking like, if you get it in now, you're looking at like 20% gains versus like 10, 11% loss, which isn't too bad. But I go when I'm confident. When I'm confident in things, like I'll go in heavy, I'll go in more. If I'm not confident, like I don't want to lose money. Like capital preservation is the name of the game. And like things are just a little iffy right now. Like down here, things were like so obvious. I don't want to say they were so obvious, but like there's a reason why I went in right here. It's because like I felt it in my gut. Like, okay, I know I have to go in. I'm very comfortable going in here. I'm not the most comfortable going in right here. So there's a little bit of it. There's a big difference, there's a big difference. And so I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait to see if Bitcoin comes down to 38,500 before I jump in. And if it does that, that's awesome. If not, then whatever. But the thing is also, like, you should see a clear support and resistance level. This right here, it's not like, to me, a clear support. It's actually sort of a clear resistance level. I mean, look at all this support that we had right here. And now it's like we have it's resistance. Plus we have resistance of these moving averages. So it's more resistance on the lower aspect of it, like just like over here, as opposed to like the big aspect, which is like this whole big thing. Like it's more resistance than it is support. So I wouldn't really want to get in here. And the candle structures don't really tell me too much. So yeah, I'm not looking to get in to Bitcoin right now. And in case you don't understand what I'm saying, it's like this whole area, like right here. In fact, let me just do this. This whole area was lots of support, and support turns into resistance, which is exactly what happened here. And it's going to come up here, maybe make a lower low and another lower low, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like the fourth lower low, and then like pop back down. So yeah, it's too risky for me to actually get in, and I would rather get in like down here. So I'm going to preset some orders and do that. And even I guess we go down to the 4 hour. I don't really like, yeah. And even on the 4 hour, we're like, I don't know. It doesn't look good to me. Look at it. This is resistance right here. And this is where we're at. We're at resistance. Like we have to wait until there's like some type of bullish formation to like go in, or else you're sort of just like throwing your money in and like hoping that stuff goes up, you know? You don't want to do that. So if we could get like a higher high and then a higher low, then it's like, okay, cool. And you could even get in at what you think will be the higher low, but you don't want to just jump in like, I don't know. You don't want to just jump in like without doing any type of technical analysis. And we're at resistance right now even on this time frame. So no, that's a no-go for Bitcoin for me. And so even if we go back to here, what did I say last time? This is Bitcoin right here. So expecting a short bounce, but ultimately we'll wait to go in heavy until the 61.8 hits. This is what I put last time, September 20th. And yeah, we had this, I remember this perfectly. We had this candle and I was like, this is a really bullish candle. So I was expecting a short bounce and we got that. So I know we got that short bounce and it came up, but ultimately I'm looking for the dip back down to the 61.8. So analysis is still, it's still on point. Let's reset this. Maybe this will work. So yeah, actually, so boom, popped up to 45,000 and then came back down and sort of consolidating. So yeah, just waiting for Bitcoin to do that. The next thing that I have is Ethereum. So hit. And so I'll put waiting. Let me just do this. All right. So next thing was Ethereum. What did I say? Same as Bitcoin. Well, Ethereum I got in at expecting 2,700 to be hit. So put that in there. And this is what I posted on TikTok. And obviously I gave out in my Discord and everything else. 2,700. Golden ratio will be front running in at 2,700. 2,700 was literally right here, the bottom. Boom. I went super hard and 12%. So solid. That was really good. That was actually a really good trade. I did sell at the 38%, which was 3,100. I did say I sold a quarter of it at 29.95 or 29.90, I think, and then the rest of it at 3,111 or 3,100. And now I'm just sort of waiting, and so I'm out. I am out of Ethereum now, and I'm waiting for this. I'm gonna get back in at 26.15, and yeah, that's what I'm doing for Ethereum. Okay, and looking at ETH Bitcoin, this is confusing because we didn't hit the 61.8, but a huge rejection just underneath of it. Only thing to do is wait for it to actually hit, then hedge. So I don't know what happened here. This is the Ethereum versus Bitcoin chart. So yeah, if the Ethereum versus Bitcoin chart comes back up here, which is the 61.8 major fib, then I'm going, which is right here, and lines up perfectly with this and this. That's what I'm going to get out of Ethereum. I'm going to change my Ethereum to Bitcoin if it does that. But right now it's going down, so we're going to see what happens with that. Okay, so up next we have what I look at is the, hold on a second. Let me do this real quick. There you go. This is 11 because I added that thing in here, So DeFi perp. This is the overview of the DeFi markets. Trade is available if it hits. Otherwise, just need to wait till major SR. Click on that. And this was my trade setup from September 9th. So to get in at 10,615, basically 10,614, get out at 1,300. Let's see what happened. So this was here. So 1, 2, boom, came down, wicked down to just above my buy price. And then it wicked all the way back up. Oh, that would have been sick. That would have been so good. But I was literally, what is that? 0.1%, not even like 0.2% off. Wow. Unbelievable. It wicked down here, shot up to my take profit, and then crashed all the way back down. Unbelievable. I need to start front running my own front runs. This was a front run thing because this was the actual price that I was going to get in, but I was like, no, I'm going to front run in a little bit. And still wicked down, came back up, but goes to show you technical analysis does work. Because it came down and it wicked right back up. So I don't know. that was good. But now what the DeFi perp is doing is pretty much this same thing as everything else. Literally same thing as everything else. So I'm going to wait until it comes down here. I'll, grab it at this level. This is pretty obvious support. So let me just make this green and I'll say grabbing it here. And yeah, I'm just waiting for this 61.8. This is from the bottom to the top. Boom. And it looks like all of these Bitcoin, the market caps, Bitcoin, Ethereum, DeFi perp, it's all following this particular trade setup. So next up, we got Quant. Of course, we need to have Quant network right up in here because this is it's freaking Quant. What else do we need to say? So Quant, look at this. Fibonacci 61.8 at 260, hit perfectly, got out up here, or I got out up here, got bought back in up here, got out here, bought back in. So this one, what's going on with this one? If it gets with me, if it gives me a double bottom, I want to go back in. So this is definitely a double bottom that I would want to get back into. This candle doesn't look good. I'll tell you that much. This candle really doesn't look that good. So I sort of want to get out right now, but I'm holding because I hold my quants. I only sell my quants unless I absolutely know that that the setup looks really, really good. But you could see this is a setup. This is clearly a down. We're in a downtrend right now. If it breaks this would be pretty solid. If it gives me a daily close above here, but you really, need to be careful with that. With Quant, I like to just buy on the dips. I buy on the dips and I just keep on buying. So we got that. Let's look at it on the weekly chart. Maybe we will get a little better picture. 1, 2, 3 of where to go. I would buy from here to here. Okay, so this is definitely an area of interest. Like if Quant comes down miraculously to 183, going in heavy into Quant here. I will go in so heavy into Quant if it actually reaches like 183. That would be insane. It wouldn't be insane. I've seen like crazier stuff before. Yeah, this is what I want. This is what I really want is 183. If not, no big deal. Let's go back to the daily. Hold on a second. Where'd it go? It went, here it is. I want to make sure that's front and center just to let you people know Quant is a long-term hold. I want to accumulate more Quant. I don't really care about the USD value. I just want more Quant. And so, yeah, I'm not buying it here. I don't necessarily want to sell it here. Although, looking at this right here, check this out. Clear resistance right here is a very good resistance. We had the fake out, or it wasn't even really fake out. I'm willing to bet that that's the 61.8 of this downward move from the top. Well, I think this would be the top to bottom, 61.8, boom, of course. And then, I don't know, 11%. I almost want to do it. This would be a good trade setup. Let's go down to the 4 hour, see if we could get a little bit more. Oh, see, this is what makes it difficult because on the 4 hour, we have this big support here, but we have this and we have this. Interesting, very interesting. Okay, so here's a possible trade setup for Quant. We have this like pretty big resistance right here, right? And this is on the 4 hour. So if the 4 hour pumps up and closes, it would have to close above this previous high, and it would have to close above this really big resistance, which it has not even went above except for in the very beginning. And so this is pretty big resistance. So I think that this is a pretty good trade. I will put on this trade. I'll risk 7% to gain about 14% more quants, and we'll see if that can if that does it. And because all of the other coins look like they're going to go down back to their 61.8s, might as well do it on Quant to accumulate more. All right, so we got Quant. Now let's move on to Cardano. So looking at Cardano ADA, same thing as last week. Waiting for this. I want this to be hit. And this is actually really good because not only does it have the 61.8, it has the supports from right here and right here and right here, and even a little bit right there and a little bit right there. But it also has the EMA's supports as well. So I'm going to have an order in for down here to buy it once it reaches this level, which is 1.83, $1.83. Okay, looking at Solana now, we can see Solana is in a very clear downtrend, down, up, lower, high, down, up, lower, high, and lower, low, lower, low, lower, low. I think it's going to come down. I'm really thinking it's going to come down to $90, and I'm going to stack so much quant in at 90. This will be my biggest play of 2021 if Solana comes down, because it's either going to hit there or it's going to hit here or it's going to hit this area. Like, it's one of these two areas, but either way, it's going to bounce up to either here or it's going to bounce up to here. It's either going to bounce up to here or here. And so if it doesn't matter if it hits here, then I'm going to take my profit here. If it hits here, then I'm going to take my profit here. That's it. So this is going to be really big if it hits here. So that's the difference. So this is my Solana play right here. It's waiting. Gonna wait. And let me just say the prices. If Solana hits $91, I will take my profit at $124. If Solana reaches $84, I will take my profit at $114. So you got that on camera. So when this happens in like a few weeks, maybe 3 weeks or so, you will know that I called it weeks in advance. All right. And I will play this back. Publish, idea, sol, boom, boom, boom. And this is proof to show you that technical analysis works. So we got this, and hopefully I could actually bet more on this play, but we'll see what happens. All right. So I got this, and this is September 27th, and current price 136, and we'll see it come down to 90 and bounce back up to 124. Let's do it. All right, so moving on from Sol USD, we have Sol Bitcoin. This looks like it's going to crash down. Not even going to bother with Sol Bitcoin because Sol USD is, what I'm looking at. Let's go to BNB though. BNB major support, broke through the major support, looking on its way down, just like how I said before. Where's the arrow? Yeah, looks like the 252. That's where it's heading towards. So not looking to get into BNB until it hits 252. All right. So like I think I mentioned this for BNB. This was the support I got in here, and it closed below the support. It's looking bad. So next zone is 252. Yeah, just gonna, I guess I'll put some buys in for 252. And what I'll do is I'll do this to see if this happens, and I'll take my profit at 312, and that'll be my trade if it comes down there. So let me publish this and post this to the VIP. Okay, moving on to Dogecoin. This is the good support over at 16 cents. Just like in my last update though, if that breaks, like we could literally go down to like 9 cents. 9, yeah, like 0.095. That's where I would want to get in if this breaks. So let me just write that. Yeah, so that's Doge against USD, maybe Doge against Bitcoin. Major support. It is, but it's looking weak as hell. It's not even major anymore. It's minor. So this is where I would buy a big bag of Doge right here, big moon bag. Yeah. So let me publish this. All right. So going on to Doge BTC. If it comes down here, I'm gonna definitely be buying a big moon bag. Well, not big, but I'll be buying a moon bag of Doge if it comes down here, because it's freaking Doge, and it always has some crazy cycles. So I'll be doing that, but that's all she wrote for Doge. When it comes to XRP, I had this as the major support last time, bounced off of it, and now it's coming back down. And then next, so I probably wouldn't want to I wouldn't want this to alert anyone again. So if it comes down to like 78.6, this is where this would be a level that I could see like we get a bounce off of. So I'll say expect a bounce off here. But my real level is like down here at like 21 cents. That's really the only level worth buying in my opinion. Just buy and hold. So yeah, this is pretty much my thing. If it comes on here, I'll do a quick trade. Otherwise, I'll just get in. Or yeah, and then I'll just do a good trade right here. Or I'll go in here. When it comes to XRP against Bitcoin, I only want to get XRP against Bitcoin right here at the floor. This is where I will get it. This is where I will sell it. It's that easy. Look at the weekly chart. You could see, honestly, floor, top of floor. Floor, top of floor. So honestly, I'd probably just buy it here and sell it here. I would literally just buy it here and sell it here. That's all that I would do for XRP, you know? We'll throw some into it here and forget about it. Major resistance, selling it all here. Maybe not all. Maybe selling 80% here if it ever comes back up, you know? After XRP, we got DOT. So love me some DOT. I've been accumulating a bunch of DOT for a long time. Bought a bunch at 14 bucks, sold it here at 26, rebought it at 22, sold it at 33, rebought it at 28. And I actually am selling it, or I sold it up here, and I'm going to rebuy it at 22. So this is no longer accurate. So let me make a new chart for lower. It's lower high. Dot's not looking too amazing. Let me just actually do this. Let me go into here. This was my main one, but things have changed. So gonna have to redo this. And let's take a look at the fib. So now let's go down to the daily chart, because that was the weekly chart. See if we got anything else that we could use. Okay, so this was pretty major resistance, support. And then it acted as resistance up here. So this is a major resistance. So let me just make that pretty clear, right? And then this is the major support area. It's a little bit lower, but we had support. We had a lot of support around here. So I like this area for support. And obviously this is like the low. This is a sweep of the low. And so this is a good support. So I'll be buying here. And honestly, $13 DOT is so undervalued. This is a $100 project easily. So I will definitely be making sure that I buy a whole bunch, even over at 22 bucks. So we got DOT against Bitcoin. This is a great support right here at 5374 sats. It's a 61.8. It had this bounce, had this cluster, nice support, and even all the way back here. So definitely will want to take this trade, and I'm going to put this trade on against Bitcoin if and when DOT comes down to this level. And after that, we have Uniswap. So look for Uniswap. This is definitely the level I want for Uni right here. So pretty much going to wait until it reaches here. Reach here, sell. Got to bring the sell down a little bit because we did not reach the highs before. So now this is the zone. Buy zone, sell zone, you know. Buy, sell. So wait until it comes down here and buy, and then wait till it comes up here and sell. Very simple, straightforward with Uniswap. So that's Uni. Let's go on to Link. Link is something that is very peculiar. Link has this super long diagonal that keeps on getting hit. So if this gets hit, this is where I'm going to buy Link. That's basically the only parameter I have for Link. Of course, I mean, I guess there's also this. This is like, if Link comes down to $8.81, of course, you got to get it here. Like, this is like my investment price. Buy and hold. That's pretty much it for Link. Otherwise, I'll buy here and then, sell, determine where to sell based off of what the market is once I buy it. So let me put this like this, bring this a little bit like that. And yeah, that's going to be it's Link. Either this, I don't need this, buy here, or buy here. Buy here for a trade, buy here for investment. All right, next up in line. By the way, I stood up. So I'm standing now in my standing desk. And next up in line is Crow. This is where I will buy Crow down here. This is where I will sell Crow up here. It's really that simple. Energy Web Token. I really like Energy Web Token. I think that they have a good future. Fundamentally, they're really good. They're one of my gems. So if it comes down to the support area, I will buy it. I'll go in heavy here. And yeah, I'll just get some for the long term. If it comes down here, I don't have an alert in here yet, so I'm gonna publish this and make an alert, and then put it in here so that when it goes off in the actual like VIP group. Okay, so that was EWT, I believe. Now I'm onto VET. So wow, VET had an insane run up. Look at that. What did it have? Oh, actually set 600%. Wait a minute. No, it's way more than 600%. Let's go from this bottom in October 2020, 2,400%. That is more like it. So now it had this huge run up all the way up to here, dropped 78% down to the from the bottom to the top. Yeah, it dropped to the 78.6%. And it actually ran all the way back up to 38.2. So this was an insane run up, run down, all of this shit. But yeah, this is not looking very good. I would not invest into VET anymore because VET is a Chinese company. So I bet China is probably going to crack down on. I would not invest in any Chinese company, any Chinese cryptocurrencies, because it's just like they are China is cracking down heavy on them. So it's just too risky. Why invest in stuff that's so risky? Crypto is already risky enough. Just invest in American companies or companies like Solana or Polkadot or whatever, because it's just so much better. Like same thing with like privacy coins. Like America bans privacy coins. So why even invest in privacy coins? Why not just invest into like things that are on Coinbase or Binance US or FTX, So yeah, I'm no longer really investing in VET. So that means that I have to change my whole thesis on it. So that was February 4th. So now September, what is it? The 17th? I have to say VET is no longer part of my long-term portfolio because China seriously bans crypto, and VET is a Chinese crypto. Why risk it? Yeah, that's VET. Like maybe if it comes down here, I'll get in, I'll throw a little bit in, but for the most part, I really don't want to put a crazy amount into VET just because well, actually, wait a minute. Let me just see one thing. It's on KuCoin. It's on Binance. It is on Binance US. So I take that back. The only thing is that since it is a Chinese company, I probably wouldn't want to go so heavy into it. I like it, but priorities, I have other things that I would rather go into, Yeah, even on the Bitcoin chart, like it didn't really get that good of a bounce from here. It looks really weak in my opinion. Ideal buy zone is definitely down here, but still, I'm not even sure if I would want to grab any. I would you could, but there's other projects that are probably safer bets. And I think I'll go through just a couple more. DIA, buy here, sell here. SXP, I need to have this over here. I don't really do SXP anymore. No longer buying SXP because it's not allowed in America anymore. Once it's allowed in America, I'll 8 back in. I do see something though, possibly. Maybe not. I don't know. Well, nah, it doesn't really work. I thought there was maybe from here to here or something, but that doesn't really work. So I'm not really going to bother with SXP anymore. ZRX is pretty good. It's just sort of an older project, but they are working on a lot of stuff. I have not done Damn, I have not done ZRX in a long time. So buying a ton of ZRX for the long term. If it hits 33 cents again, I mean, might as well. It is in the DeFi space, so, and look at this. Look at the run-ups that had in the last bull run and then this bull run. So I could see it coming back down to there. If it comes back down there, I'll grab some for the long term, just because 5x like possibility in the future. Why not? You know. So let me just do this and publish this. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end it on HBAR USDT. I will buy a little bit right here, and then honestly, I'll buy the rest at 18 cents if it comes down there. Otherwise, I'm not really interested anymore. Sold it, made a ton of profit. So now I'm down here. I'm not really sure if there's anything else that I want to go over. Maybe FTM USD. This was trade setup. Sell here for entry one. Yep. Okay. So bought here, sold here. Wow. Perfect freaking trade. Anyway, yeah, I think that's going to be it. That's going to be it for this video. Remember, none of this is financial advice. This is all for educational purposes only, and just to help me get a better trader, and to, like, I guess, show proof of, you know, my trades or how I do things. Also, I have the trading cheat sheet that is available at cryptoelite.com. If you want to know how to actually trade and stuff, what I do, then you go there and get the course. Otherwise, I'll see you in the VIP. Hope you have an awesome day. I'm doing a lot of stuff with bots right now, so I will finish my bot video after I finish this, and I will talk to you later. Keep on stacking sats. Keep on making those gains. See you later.